right. Welcome back. Welcome back. You are still tuned in to Funtastic Fridays. And we're here with you every Friday from 5 p.m. till 8 p.m. And from you hear that song, you know what time it is. It's time for the Ting with Kim. So for this week's discussion, we know it's International Women's Day. So of course I wanted a conversation centered around women. But this one I found very interesting, and I've been seeing lots of posts about it on social media. But I want to know you guys' answers to the question. So, guys, as you know, this discussion is usually a discussion where I love your feedback. I would love if you could share your comments. Let us know what you think. If it is that you are out there in Radio Land, probably commuting home right now, feel free to send your responses to our number, which is 876-792-3530, or you could also comment on our Instagram Live. So just jump on to Funtastic 93 FM. But remember that if you want to comment, you are required to follow the page first. All right. So the question for today is the rise of women the fall of men? And I mean, I feel like I'm going to get the most interesting response from Mr. DJ MV Stone. So I feel like I want to lead. I want to start from there because he was very anxious to share his feedback earlier. So let's start with what MV was saying. Do you believe that the rise of women is the fall of men?
As I was humbly saying.
Yes.
The answer is obvious. Clearly, I may not say clearly, because it sounds like we are insult people who think otherwise. The reason why women stayed home back in the day, whether forcefully or not, but the fact is, women were at home, men were in the field, working. Men had the jobs. No, men were able to be the providers, be the breadwinners, the person with the money who take care of everything. As a result of the women being unable to work, remember, for whatever reason, we'll get into that. They were at home, men were doing this. Now, when women are now in the workplace, my stepfather have a thing we always say, men look out for women and women look out for women. Who will look out for men? So when you have a bagger, men higher up, pretty much what I'm saying is women get all the favors when women are included in these things. It is a fact. It just happened. It's obvious, everybody observe it. When you have, even schools now, you can see girls are doing better than boys. And that's a fact that can be proven with the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, even the amount of persons in the school, more women in the school than men.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is, because we're talking about women now, not females versus male, but with women in the workplace, it kind of push out men in that women get the favors.
Okay.
And next thing is that even though women are in the workplace, women still expect men to be the breadwinners and the providers, and it can get demoralizing. It can hurt you a particular way when you're not making as much as a result of 50% of the world which wasn't in the workplace is now there, so you naturally make less and get less preferences and so on. So to me it is obvious.
Yeah.
I'm not against it though. I'm just saying, obviously, if you have an influx, right?
If you have 100 men in the working world, now you have less men and an amount of women. That's what you're saying.
You have more people.
Yeah, I mean, if the working world is 200 people and we're taking in
the ratio
50 more, 100 more ladies, somewhere the man them have got dropped off to give the room and them room to step up.
Right, but not just the numbers, but again, men look out for women, women look out for women.
So who look out for men?
Who will look out for men?
All right. Well, that's
look out for yourself, you know.
Well, that's an interesting feedback. But before we get into that, I want to big up persons on the live.
Yes.
Nathaniel, Triniate, Didivic, Saint D Mueller, and Shamar Miller.
Yeah.
Big up on yourself on the live. People. Guys, let us know your feedback. Oh, it's your boy Triple D as well was on the live. So guys, let us know your feedback. Let us know if you think the rise of women automatically means the fall of men. So we got DJ Envy's feedback so far. What's your feedback, Jada or Lionel? Do you think automatically the rise of women equals the fall of men?
Right now, Jada is DJ Envy Stone. DJ Envy Stone, what do you say around the turntables?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I really understand where we come in with the fall of men. Is it that what they normally do, they don't normally do? Like, for example, off the top of my head, hold the door for people or stuff like that. Is it that? Or is it just that because women are moving away from, so over the last 40 years, an evolution has started with women empowerment. So we move away from the gender-specific rules into the workforce where men now believe that they're on an equal level, so they don't have to do certain things anymore. So I'm just really not understanding it, because it shouldn't create a fall in anything. It should maintain a balance where you feel like you now have somebody that understands you to a certain level. So back then, men used to go out and they used to work, and then they come home and they are the providers, and it's stressful and the environment is chaotic because they're the only one. Everything now falls on them. Now you have both partners, or male and female, going out into the workforce, so they understand to an extent that, listen, working at 9 to 5, coming home, not easy. So it should not create a decrease in anything. Matter of fact, it should increase. So I'm just a little bit. So I want to hear what you have to say.
All right. I want to hear what I have to say too. But Lana, what is your feedback before we get into the content?
All right. So I mean, as it relates to this topic, I like to bring to light the whole shift. What happens when things change. So as MV said, we started out men working, women home. Women say, listen, man, we want to go out there and work as well. We will be this opportunity should be given to us as well. The man them say, all right, everybody says, okay, let's come out here and work with us. But what happens now is that we got to a point where positive messages out there now, but when we say positive message, it comes across as this: who runs the world?
Girls.
Alright. So now, what happened to the man them where you in the position where say them run the world? Where are they now? They have to be down. You get what I'm saying? They have to step down and give the woman them the position. So as we find more companies, as we say still now, we're not fighting with us and making them know how the thing are going. And like I said, we have no problem with a lady taking charge or a lady leading. That's not my view. Ladies are fine leading, but what happens when the lady takes the CEO position? Clearly the CEO have to. No, I know you have. As I'm saying, that your view different, but that's my view is that I don't have the problem there, But when the lady is the CEO now, what happened to the previous CEO was the man. He have to step down. So the rise of somebody
automatically means
somebody.
Because somebody have to take over somebody's position.
Somebody has to step down.
So the shift in that now is that where you have these ladies now in this position, is it a place where the ladies see? Remember when the men were up there and the men were like, come ladies, come and find a space at the workplace. Is it that type of an environment now when the ladies are taking the leadership role? Are they like, come men, you can't come up here next year and we alternate, or we come to take over the whole thing? So that's the point of view where it will be the fall of men, depending on what ladies do when they rise.
Alright.
You get me? So it can be a positive, but it can also be a negative. Yeah.
Alright, no problem. Well, I love your feedback. Well, I'm glad that you guys shared your perspective, and I feel like it is integral to the theme for this discussion. Alright, so the theme for this discussion, or the theme for Women's Day overall, is that the theme is investing in women accelerates progress. Alright, just give me a second. Alright, so yes, the theme is investing in women accelerate progress. Right? And that is the discussion, that is the topic for Women's Day this year. So today, we're tackling a question that has sparked debates and discussions worldwide. Is the rise of women the fall of men? Now, we have a lot to unpack in this question, and I want to challenge some stereotypes and celebrate the incredible achievements of women while recognizing the evolution of men. So in response to what MV said earlier, let's kick off things with a reality check. The idea that empowering women somehow means diminishing men, that is a very outdated belief, right? That's what we're starting with. This belief is based on fear and misunderstanding. Not only slows down progress towards gender equality, but also creates harmful divisions in our communities, right? So if somebody feel like something is being taken from them, automatically it's like an enmity thing compared to, you know, as you said, women look out for women, men look out for women.
But who looks out for men?
About who looks out for men, but you do have women looking out for men, and you do have women hiring men. You do have stuff like that. It's not a thing where we are seeing once a woman in position, the only people getting hired after that is women. If that's what we saw, then I would have said completely, because now we are take away everything from men. But you still have women hiring men. You still have a balance in the boardroom. Are we going to go more onto that? No, wait, man.
But no, that's going to happen, of course. Because, based on this Jamaican workforce, we can speak on what we have seen.
Yeah.
Based on what Kimmie says, usually, we would say probably, there is a grouping of women in the workforce that are working to get to the top.
Yeah.
Right? But we also can acknowledge, I think, across the board that, you know how ladies are when they get into certain positions. Most times there are a group of ladies who are against another set of ladies. So...
No, but we're not even talking about the against thing. We're saying that it's not that women are now only hiring women. No. So I want to sort of remove that stereotype that, okay, it equates to opportunities being taken from men because we just are check to each other only.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that it happens for both sides. So MB is in fact correct, and you are also
so correct. That's why I'm changing.
But it's just that it happens for both sides, because right now I know a set of women in a certain company where if there are 3 persons for a role, they're gonna give the lady.
And there's also more,
but there's also
the opposite where there's 2 positions, a man, they're gonna get.
So it happens on both sides.
But what I want to do basically is to eliminate that conversation, because as I said earlier, it's creating harmful divisions, right? It's a back and forth debate, it's a back and forth conversation. The truth is, when women rise, it's not about competition, but rather collaboration. It's about creating a world where everyone, regardless of gender, has an equal opportunity to shine. To see why thinking that empowering women harms men is wrong, we need to recognize the long-standing injustice and biases against women. So we have to go back in our history for understanding why, we need to change that thought process. For centuries, if we recall, women have been denied education, jobs, and rights, facing big challenges in their fight for equality. But despite these hurdles, women have shown incredible strength and bravery in overcoming them, leading to important progress and positive changes in society. Empowering women isn't just the right thing to do, it's also the smart thing to do. Research consistently shows that diverse teams, inclusive of women, are more innovative, creative, productive, and successful. When women are given equal opportunities in education, employment, and leadership, it benefits not only women themselves, but also society as a whole. By harnessing the talents and perspectives of women, we unlock untapped talent, we foster creativity, collaboration, and economic growth, enriching our communities, strengthening our collective future, and creating a more resilient and dynamic society that can address the complex challenges of the 21st century effectively. Right? So those are some of the benefits from empowering women in society overall. So you know have a different perspective in the room. You know have a different probably I would say a different avenue to consider, because women sometimes can point out things. I believe that both genders have them strengths, right? And you need to have those two strengths in the same room.
That is the key.
So we're not trying to take away from anybody. And actually, if anything, remember, so even when it started, you had two people doing the same job and not getting the same pay. For example, you could have two DJs today. MV did the first hour, the female did the next hour. And the same work was done, music was being played, but one was being paid probably 2 times less or 3 times less.
Yeah, I mean,
those are the things that are being addressed.
That is my concern, though, because if that is the case where you say 2 DJs can enter this room and MV plays first and she plays after, and MV gets whatever X amount of money and she gets less than MV, that in itself can be a decrease, but not for men. It would be a decrease for a woman, because let's say you're having a regular conversation and that comes up and she takes that step and she goes, I'm not earning that much. And it is very evident in today's society. Excuse me, it is very evident in today's society where men are sometimes paid more than women. So I'm still not understanding how it is a decrease.
Alright.
For men.
Persons on the live, feel free to drop your comment.
Yes, big up Aaron, big up Queen Pat 28, and big up Samson Maurice. Himse buenas tardes, compañeros.
Coming from far, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those of you on the WhatsApp line, 876-792-3530.
I really want to hear your opinion. Do you think automatically that the rise of women is the fall of men? But I know that Lionel was sharing some feedback earlier. I just wanted to complete that part of the information. So you can go ahead.
All right. So, as I say, the rise of women is not necessarily the fall of man. But I want us to understand that it can be. It can result in that.
But most things can be something. But is that what's happening in society right now?
That is what's happening. It might not have been the plan, because when you talk about introducing women to the workforce and all of that stuff, and introducing women to more opportunities, that definitely has to be a great thing. We get more ideas, we get more options, we get more flexibility. We also, as you say, get a different type of creativity. All that is good stuff, Kimmie. So we're not talking about that part of it. It's just where society is, where now we have the blurring of gender roles. Once that has taken place, woman can do anything, man can do anything. No, the woman can be a father and the man can be, all those things are blurred across the board. Once we go to the position where woman is basically what they're saying now, taking over the man's position. And that's why we can see where it possibly can lead to the fall of man.
No, you see, I think we need to differentiate. Possibly can lead to and is leading to.
All
or
right,
is
as
happening.
I said, right now it's basically in the middle. We're in a place where it can shift or drift. We're basically at the deciding point.
If it continues in the path that it's going, I believe it's a great chance of leading to the fall of man.
To the fall of men.
Yes,
so you think that eventually we'll probably have a society where it's
where the
female
man them are
dominance.
now at home. Yeah, you can get there first. First thing first, there's gonna be more females now actually in the working world, because you have more females that are gonna be qualified. Because why? More females are graduating from university. More females are at the schools.
But is that something to be blamed on females?
No, Kim, once again, I am not blaming anything. I am telling you what is happening.
Yeah, but what is happening? But what is happening is a result of decisions, right? So each individual, more women are applying because more women realize that, okay, you know what, my need actually can make something in my life, because the reality is the sea out here is sort of murky. I mean, if I can do something myself, but I've also men out there who are just not applying.
So I think what Lionel is saying, is it causing a fall of men? Yes. Is it?
So hold on. So women empowering is causing that.
Yes. What does it matter? No, because the right thing to do is to have equal opportunities.
But you can't have equal opportunities and then say,
employ yourself to do that.
And it is gonna cause a fall.
So we're not saying women should not be empowered. We're just saying it is obvious that if 100% of the workforce were men, and then now women come in and it's less than it gets less, even if it's less by 10%, whatever the number is, obviously the rise of women will cause a fall in men overall, because now we're moved from 100 to 50 or less than 50% of the workforce.
But I wouldn't say it's a fall in men, because even so, let's say, because I'm thinking that over time those numbers, let's say 100 numbers move to 200 and whatever, so you make room for this improvement. So not like you're firing and getting rid of men to accommodate the women. You're now making additional room. You're like, boy, 100 staff, I'm always 100 man. Probably if you have 150, someone can throw in some woman. That's what I believe happen, right?
And when a company does that, a company says, guess what? We're adding 50 persons. We might need to cut pay so we can pay the additional new persons.
So women are once again at blame for that.
You are saying that women are being blamed. It's not about anybody being blamed. It's about what has to happen to accommodate the change.
But how does that mean?
Nobody is being blamed. The only thing is being blamed is equality is being blamed. To get equality, somebody has to come down so somebody can go up. It's not a blaming game. It's just facts.
But what I'm saying, right, even though you said, okay, let's use the set number of 100. I know because you have women in the workplace, of course, you take the space of some men. But that also helps some women to actually empower the men in their community, in their lives, in their households as well. So the sons who get sent to university because the mothers are the breadwinner, she have a job that they know, but it's a good thing she work. So me can actually go to school because you have enough guys where when you check it out, when they achieve something, but I big up mommy, because nobody's never did it. If we didn't have that room for women in the working world, those same men wouldn't have been empowered. So really, is it causing a fall in men? And you cannot blame that rise. When you say, okay, most women are going to university, it's not that university going through and handpicking women. How much applications are they getting? When you ask a school, high schoolers, what you plan to do after this? 3/4 of the women say university. Now the boy say, boy,
go work.
Men don't want this.
I went to an all-boys school.
Because what? Because hold on. Because of what? Why do they not know what they want to do after?
Because they only have a 50% chance now to make it.
What?
Oh, so that's why they don't apply to you because
so them stop themselves
because by chance is less.
100.
What?
No.
Might have scratched me with 100. That must not add up because I don't know if I'm interpreting what you guys saying wrong. Jada, get me? I don't know if you are interpreting it differently, but the stuff that you guys have said, it's like you're saying, okay, favor is now going to women because of the empowerment, and yes, to an extent it was initially, but I'm gonna say at this point now we're in the Western world, because we're not even talking about the Eastern world yet, because I did a course the other day and I never noticed that them things still going. We're literally in a medical school. They were getting rid of female final exams to ensure they don't graduate as doctors. Right? Because they don't want women. And this is like some Japan and them something. And that's still happening now. Right? And I remember, I don't remember which year, but I remember there was a big video of the first woman driving in the eastern side of the world. So we're still fighting that battle. But so far, what I'm picking up from what you guys are saying is that, these things are happening, but as a result of women being empowered. And I don't think that's the case. I think more room is being made to accommodate it. And at the end of the day, it's on each gender or each person, not even gender, to make room for their growth. Because I said, if you check admissions at universities, what's the percentage of male to women applying?
Actually, it's about 20%.
Applying. I would never talk about get through. Applying.
Well, it's not a Dr. It was in a class with Dr. White, and he says, look around your classroom, and you were in that class as well. And when you look, you could count on probably or 10 fingers. Let's say how many boys are in that classroom. And he says the percentage of those men that attend the university is far less than the amount of women that attend the university. And the same thing with teachers. You don't have a lot of male teachers. You have a lot of female teachers, instructors, lecturers in all across society. You don't have a lot of men doing a lot of things, and I don't think that's because of women. I think it's because of maybe mentality wise. They looked at it as, and this is just an opinion, they looked at it as women stepped out in the workforce and they can do what we can do. Well then, that's fine. And they go about something else, they go about something totally different, and they move right along with life. I'm not blaming women, and it's not about blaming. It cannot be that you took a decision to do something and then say, Well, because you did that, it caused me to decrease in my work.
And Julie Everbless on the live actually said the same thing. She said 80% of women in the universities and men are 20%. But what I'm saying is that it's not that I don't believe universities are handpicking women and be like, all right, we're going to ensure that women are educated. Right. So let's get them here so they can progress. How many men are even interested? And we're not saying university is the only way to go, but we're using that as an example. So how is that rise of women, more women graduating, sort of, as we say in the topic, causing the fall of men?
All right, so that is the thing that we have to look into, people. So we're not saying that, you see, I think most of the, you see, just like how you would say, once we consider any rising women and fall of men, the men are going to be coming from a defensive position. That is the same case for the women. Once we say women are no defense, we cause this, but we're not saying that you cause it. We're saying that it's happening
as a result,
and we need to find out what we can do to ensure that it stays level. We're not saying our own fault. We know that most times, sometimes, are the man them fault as well. But this would not be the case if things were not changed.
Well, I want to hear Julie's feedback as well. I love that you just said. But Julie, I want you to drop on the live your feedback, because Julie actually says it is because of women that there's less men in the universities. So I'd love to hear that answer. So we're going to go to the break. Julie, please drop your comment so I can basically drop the reason behind your response.